Yep, you see it. You see it. Yahsinni is in the motherfucking house with Salima, and we got a special guest for you. And if you've been paying attention, you already know who it is. And I don't mind him making you wait either. But Salima and I would like to say happy Gregorian Day to you mofos who celebrated this as a new year, even though everything outside is dead. I haven't seen my son. There's no fucking leaves on the tree, and the ground is brown. So if that's what y'all call new, then whatever. But since y'all stuck in that calendar, happy something to y'all all the time.
Hey,
Okay, Salima is in the motherfucking house. She be in the house a lot. Okay, you already know we're gonna make it right. We're gonna make it good. We got something for everybody. And you see the topic up there: immortality, reincarnation, and mysteries revealed. And you know that has to include your Bible. We're gonna talk about. We're gonna get in what He let us get in today. And so, Salima, if you want to give some shout outs, it's on you. Go for it.
yes, yes. Greetings and salutations. Greetings and salutations, and much love to the bloodline. As always, this is Salima Ellis. You can find me on Facebook at my Facebook page, Salima Ellis. Greetings and salutations, music share. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Greetings to the beautiful Baba. You can always also find me at my school page on Facebook, Universal Mind School of Evolution. You can also always find me on Yahsinni in the house, and you can also find me at Taz Studios. We had some wonderful videos out on Taz Studios, so yes, come check that out. Come check out the Babas and the Mamas laying down the fire for y'all. So tonight we got something special in the house, and hey, we about to get to it.
Yep. Shout goes out to Michael Phoenix, my brother by another mother. Music Land, Music Shan is in the house. Mindful Exposures is in the house. Welcome to Yasini Land. Welcome,
Yes, greetings and
everybody.
salutations, Sarah. Greetings.
Hmm.
Hey, Michael Phoenix. Greetings, Baba.
And I told my sister that I was going to send a shout out to Rochelle Malone, my sister. We've been besties since the beginning of time, I guess. We both Virgo. We got that Virgoosity in us. So shout out to Binky, Rochelle Malone, South Carolina, GA, wherever you are. Big ups. Okay. So we're gonna talk with the master today. We're gonna get some answers. We're gonna debunk a whole bunch of shit, and you're gonna get some new shit with that. All right. I did say if Selena and I had some time today, I was gonna ask her about. She was talking to me the other day about black or being black or not ashamed to say you're black, or she was putting some whole new light on what it means to be black. And I love it. I've never heard nobody talk like that about black before because most people just stick to the narrative. If the narrative comes out and say, "Ooh, black is bad," don't call yourself black, then nobody wants to be black anymore.
Facts,
But
facts,
the
facts.
matriarch herself is going to lay down some facts while we sit in anticipation of the master God, Rod.
Okay. So a few years ago, I did put out a video with a wonderful young lady called Joy, and the video was called "Blacks and White." Black and white are not colors. I also did a short on my Facebook called "Black and White are not colors," and people are always talking about how white is not a real color, but like I said, it is a celestial being that you have contracted to be within this realm. And I'm going to give a small demonstration. I don't want it to be too long, just in case the Baba comes on whenever he was ready to come on. So, in in certain places like Asia or India, they say the primary colors are orange, red, and blue, I think. And with
mm,
these colors, you can make all other colors, right? Because they're the primary colors and they make up everything. Well, the
mm,
truth is, they don't make black and they don't make white. And I can prove that white is a natural celestial being for the simple fact the only reason why you see it in this realm is because they have to bleach whatever they use to make what you assume is the color white. Now, the
mm.
natural celestial being white shows up in the most natural areas, and I'm going to tell you, it's in the man's scrotum. What that come out? What color is that? It's in the woman's breast milk. What color is that? It ain't this color, is it? Because if I got chocolate milk coming out of here, I'm a bad mofo. But it's this color, correct? I want us to use
Yeah.
reality and not racism. I want us to use our minds, what we see. And when you open up certain plants, they are what color on the inside. White is a natural state. It's a lawful state. It's a natural state of being. That's a celestial entity, baby. You only find that in the organ. Everything else has to be bleached to be white. And the clouds up in the sky, flowers, those appear white. That is the natural. That's a celestial being. See, we disrespect it when we say it's just white, it's just a color. It's more than that. Gratitude, mindful expressions, yes. Hey, Mrs. Seven Serpents, it's so good to see you. So, yes, that's what I was saying about black also. Nothing makes up black. It's a natural occurrence within nature. So,
Mm.
yeah, you can use orange, red, and yellow on paper to make up other colors, but they never make up black and they never make up white, baby. Now, prove me wrong.
Ha.
That's all I need to say.
Ha,
That
ha.
they are both black and white, as we refer to them disrespectfully as colors, naturally occurring states of being, celestial beings that we contract with to be here, and they both happen naturally. And that the corporate entities which produce paper and plastics and all this other stuff are doing harmful chemical acts to recreate what we see naturally going on. Holla
Mm,
at me.
mm.
So
That's
I did
deep.
like I said I didn't want to make it, but the white is a natural occurrence. It happens lawfully and it feeds the realm. It makes
Mm.
babies. It feeds the babies. And it's in all the plants. Black
That's
is a
deep.
natural occurrence. Look up in the sky. Look in the ocean.
Mm-hmm. Ha.
It's all around. I
Yeah.
see the realm. That's all I can say. I love my realm. I can see it. I love it. I appreciate it. I miss it. That's all
That's
I'm
so
saying.
damn.
It's here. Your realm is here and it can be seen. But because, like I said, we have been educated by a system. All of us across the board, we've been educated by a system that wants us only to be visually aware of what it wants us to see.
You got that? Yes. Straight from the master teacher herself.
Those are celestial entities. You cannot have babies without them. You cannot experience the night sky without them. That's disrespectful. It's not a color. That's a celestial being. They help you. We help us do what we do in this realm. That's not a color. That is an
Mm.
actual being. When we breastfeed, what's coming out of you? What color is that? So that means that's milk. Everything that you calling white is really called it's milk. It feeds you, it nourishes you, it borns you, it births you. That's milk. We just
Mm.
being derogatory calling it white because all this other nonsense going on.
Yep. Yep. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to debunk a lot of your bullshit so you don't even have to carry them into your new year.
That's right.
Okay? And so I don't want to be on that tip until he comes in, but I do want to say that Salima and I are going to be moving along. Okay, we're going to be moving on. In other words, we're not going to, you know, be on YouTube like that no more
No,
at all.
no.
So get your cash app ready. prepare to subscribe to her school. Appreciate if you're getting gems and jewels from us, then just show the appreciation. You don't have to. We don't tithe. We don't ask for tithes. We ask for when you get those eureka moments and you already registered to her site, then still do donations. Treat us
Reciprocity.
like you treat the rest of them who does way less than we do.
That's
We work
right.
hard. We work harder than a motherfucker. I ain't lying. I
This
ain't gonna
is
lie.
true sight. This is true study. And I come up here, I study with y'all. I give true insight so you can really be aware of your realm. I don't
Hmm.
have no bullshit to sell people. I ain't got time.
That's right. That's right. And we are matriarchs at work, Music Shan. We stay
Yes.
at work. Ain't no
Yes.
rest for the weary. And so that's what we're working on doing for this year. We want a brand new stage. We want a brand new platform to the way that we teach. Uh, YouTube is forever fucking threatening me. I'm sick of them. They've already taken down the channel. I can't find all my damn near 1,000 subscribers from the last time. But some of the more faithful ones, like Music Shan, Michael Phoenix, and all, they find me. They know where to find me, and they did, and they've stuck with me. They're some of my most loyal fans, and I love them. I do. But I'm gonna ask y'all to come with me to Yahsinni University, where we're gonna lay the real shit down without worried about being censored and all. Okay, so that's how we're gonna rock in 2024.
Right.
And you
Because
know,
most of the time, I know what we're saying is of peace and of love. It's just true knowledge. There's nothing that I said in the last 10 minutes that can be refuted as harmful. Now, you might want to try to refute what I said, but so they are, they like to mess with the goddess a little bit. And I try to tell her, when we're, educating ourselves and bringing new knowledge and insight to within the realm, and we're dealing with other beings who are also doing this, you can tell who they really messing with. So yeah, they like to they like to
right,
mess with the goddess, and we're ready to take our teachings to the next level because we understand that what we have is valuable. I
that's right.
understand that the knowledge that I share with you guys is valuable, and I don't want to be messed with in my sharing.
And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and ask you, since you are a master teacher. In my mind, I don't give a fuck what nobody say, but you're the female version of a Rod Hayes. I always tell you shit like that. I promise you, I'm not lying.
Right.
So I do want to ask you what your thoughts are on reincarnation, and can everybody be reincarnated or just certain species?
Everybody can be reincarnated. It's a soul trap, and
So
anybody can.
everybody has a soul.
Anybody can. Well, spirits can definitely be reincarnated. Everybody does not have a soul. I don't care what. No, everybody does not
Right.
have a soul. But souls aren't limited to this either. Let's not get cocky because we get cocky and say souls is limited to this, and it's not. Because it's
Hmm.
enough of us we are aware of that don't have that. Okay, so in any spirit and soul can be soul trapped. I do not. Reincarnation is the death of your evolution because that means you have not realized your truest goal is how to utilize your realm. Because once you learn how to utilize your realm, you realize there is no death, there is no reincarnation. A lot of things that we fight about while we're in these lower frequencies, they fall away once your education elevates you mentally.
Hmm.
You see, a lot of the things that we're fighting about is because we're within that lower frequency. Abortion,
Right.
politics, education, man
Religion.
versus woman. Like I was just telling the goddess, it used to never be like that. We used to always be like, where the niggas at? Yeah, yeah, where the ladies at? We used to couldn't wait to be around. Now there's this new weird frequency where we're all mad. And So we're because we're still here, and every time you die, you have not fulfilled because truly we're not supposed to die. I specifically stated that in a previous video that our um, contract with the humans is our contract with immortality. So if
Mm-hmm.
you like the reincarnation contract, the debt, which is a debt contract, cool, go through that. That is what your mind wants. But there are those of us within this realm that understand that the mind, body, and soul is powerful enough to merge through time if you are aware of the contract. See, I don't want a contract with manufactured time. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what Remedy H was saying. All they did was write a Bible and then write themselves into the timeline in the Bible. Rewrite yourself into write your own timeline.
Mm.
These
Wow.
people powerful out here. It's a powerful people out here. So no, I realize that death and reincarnation is a contract. Now, I'm aware enough with the knowledge that I have now, for whatever reason, the Akashic Records is open to me at this specific
Mm.
time and moment to share. And I understand I don't want reincarnation because reincarnation would mean death in an unfulfilled life. And I don't want that. I want it all. Motherfucker, hand me my cornucopia now. I'll take my flowers now. I don't need
Reverend
to
Ike.
take life.
Reverend Ike said the same thing. Like, give me my flowers now.
I want my
Right.
shit now. We
Right.
we have all ancestrally worked through ancestral trauma, all type of stuff. Why
Mm.
do we have to keep going through the soul trap? If we know, we know. And those of us who know, we want to go. We want to go to the next level
Mm-hmm.
because we understand that there's something beyond this forced illusion of the matrix. Because, like I
Mm-hmm.
said, our realm is the reason why it's called dimensional is because they changed it. And Isis Sons brought this up the other night that they were using the ley lines to stay here. Well, think when you think of ley lines, think about tectonic plates. Think about the movie Total Recall. And I was
Mm-hmm.
talking about how we have a beautiful ether, but it's been fucked with, right? So now you've
Mm.
got these several things that's been messed with. Imagine that a chemical or anchor so powerful that's being anchored into your realm with chemical use, with the use of alchemy. It's going to change not only your ether, it's going to change, your structure. How do I say this? They're using an anchor. They're using an anchor. They're being anchored here. And part of us is the anchor. That's why we keep saying, let go, let go. If you can
Mm.
let go of the system, their anchor won't have nothing to hold on to
Bam.
because you're a ley line. See, and the tectonic plates aren't ley lines. They are real. They're something that they really have anchored. That's why they have a lot of these places within the realm zoned off where they don't want you to see that that's an anchor there.
Damn. Wow.
And that's why we always say, let go, let go. You got to let go because you're part of their anchorage. You're part of the anchor that holds them here. You want these motherfuckers going, start letting go. Start letting go of your addiction slowly. Start letting go of everything that serves you no purpose. And that's how you starve out this system. Because it amazes me how our people, we're talking about immigration. Now, if you know anything about true immigration, them motherfuckers ain't got papers, passports, and nothing, do they? But they're steady telling our people that's what we need to traverse the realm.
Right. Right.
You have been anchored. You're being used as an anchor, and the more you can't think, the longer they can stay in this motherfucker. You want them gone? Let that shit go.
And are these beings? soulless. Maybe they're also mad because they don't get to come back. They're not reincarnated because they're not natural.
To the
Natural meaning
and
part.
that's what soul look like. Soul is a different thing from different beings. Greetings and salutations, got a Sherry Berry. Hey, smoking a G sharp.
In the house. Hey.
Uh, so the soul is a unique contract for us, for each being. Okay, there was a
Mm.
movie that I watched that is terrifying to me. I mean, I did not want to watch this movie, and I knew it was out for like a couple of years. Like I just could not do it. It was so heartbreaking. Well, anyway, in the movie, people from Earth had went to this another planet, but it was weird because the women were able to read the men's mind without any
Mm.
provocation. Nobody was doing anything. They could just hear the men's mind. The men were just being themselves, thinking. The men realized what was going on and started killing all the women.
Oh, okay. And so if a man thought of it, let's go kill all the women,
Well,
then
this
the
is the
matriarch
thing,
read the mind.
right? But this is the thing: were those men soulless, or were they just afraid of the power that they felt that they shouldn't even belong to women? Because in the same movie, the men had the power to admit images into your mind. If they were mentally powerful enough, the men still
Mm.
had the power, like they could produce big snakes or something attacking you that could save them for.
Right.
So it was only like really the weaker men who were afraid of being exposed for their natural authentic thoughts that they felt that they were weak and they started hunting down the women. Yeah. So the soul is a personal contract, and it's up to you with what you're going to do with that soul. Now, the reason why I have often stated that there are beings without soul because the Bible states it itself. When this corporate entity came, it breathed spirit into its product.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the same as giving birth and a life. That's two different contracts. Those are still two different contracts. One made from clay coming up from the ground,
Mm-hmm.
which is in Revelations, the beast out of the sea and the beast out of the earth. Adam is the beast out of the earth. And then you have Genesis 1, where they are born.
Right. That's right.
So one is a alchemical state, and one is a natural birth state.
And right. And so we were talking the other day too about some of these beings and how they get here
Right.
through portals, coming in through portals
Mm-hmm.
from other worlds. So that too would make them not natural to this world. I don't understand why they come in with so much hate though, because that's not the only choice. It's not natural for anybody to just wake up and want to kill a whole race.
It is natural for a vampire to wake up that way. Somebody who came here wounded and hungry and near
Hmm.
death, yeah, that is natural for them. That is their natural state.
And so they're not all coming in through the portals because now they know how to recreate their little AIs and right
Right.
here in the realm that they're in already.
Yeah.
And so one time I did a study on in vitro fertilization to prove a point, and it looked like about like five, I think it was 500. I mean, 5 million in vitro fertilizations per year.
Uh-huh.
So in a 5 year time, we've got a lot of motherfucking in vitros running around, acting like they're Homo sapiens, Homo sapiens sapien. but they're
Right.
not. They're
Right.
still created in the lab. They just use a different method. Even if they come through a birth canal, they still was tampered with in the same way that they do the fruits and vegetables,
Right.
and that would still make them a hybrid.
Well, that's what that star, what's his name, Elton John, was mad about because somebody had openly, blatantly called his babies designer babies. I was like,
That's right.
wow.
Yeah, it was
But
somebody famous. I want to say Louis Vuitton or one of them up
it
there.
was
That
Elton John, and it was Elton John. It
I'm
was
saying
one.
the person who called his kids.
Oh, oh,
Yeah,
oh.
yeah, it was a famous person. They were famous.
So yeah, we have this. We have a synthetic realm. We have something that has been synthesized over our natural realm.
Right.
Basically, we have something that has been synthesized over the natural realm.
Yeah, and
Hey,
then
Mr.
once
Serpent,
you're
how are
in,
you doing?
Seven Serpents is in the house. Miss Seven Serpents is in the house.
Yes, I've been listening to the Seven Serpents. They're doing the rooms. He's past it now, but I'm telling you, 2 weeks ago we was deep. It was deep in. It's very,
Well,
yeah. We
I
got
definitely
studying. That's why I be talking to people like I'm studying. I don't know what y'all doing. So yeah,
Miss.
when we talk about souls, and that's what I meant when I was talking about the dreams. You remember I was
Mhm.
so excited after we had talked, we had did that last thing, and it was about the dreams and how I was disturbed. But since we had talked since then, I had been in the black void, and I love the black void. No dreams, straight float. I felt like float on. So I love black voiding.
For sure.
I'm not sure if that's the same as what some would consider meditation or not, but I know I haven't dreamed. I know that in the black void, I can meet, greet any celestial being that's open to, a meet and greet in the void, so to speak. So,
Mhm.
hell yeah, bring it up. Listen, I was so fucked up when I was in the black void, goddess. I'm telling you, I merged with it was profound. We have to get into the black void. The black void is a part of self because if you can be in the black void with nobody there, nobody talking to you, nobody, I mean, just the black void float. And goddesses, we are supposed to be there.
Yeah, I took a trip there the other night after talking to you about dreams. I've never looked at myself as a daydreamer, but really, like I was laying in the bed and I wasn't asleep. I clearly was. I didn't think I was asleep either. I was laying in the bed having a full fucking scenario just showing in my brain. I wasn't making that up. I don't think I was making it up. It was just appearing, and I was just looking at it like it was just a visual for me, and I'm like, wow. I wonder how long I've been doing that, but not equating that with what you were talking about when the way you see dreams.
Right.
I say, yeah, the black void is also a blackboard. Okay, you can create.
Goddess, I swear you take me to the next level every chance
Oh
you
my
get.
God!
I
Yeah,
swear you take me to the next level every chance you get.
right. And we need to understand that we are the creators of our reality, whether we know it or not. You're still making all that shit happen to you. Okay. Stop
Right.
blaming other people for your fucking shit that you agreed to come here. You knew what it was gonna be when you got down here. Okay. So understand that you didn't just wake up one day and was here. There actually was some contract been going on before you bought your ass here. And so your job
Facts.
is
Facts.
to
And
learn yourself.
you said we need a
Because when you
blackboard.
learn yourself, you asking yourself these tough questions, then you get access, you get your access to the Akashic records and other shit after you put in the work. Not before, or sometimes before, but you don't know what it is. You still got to go learn yourself. You don't get to skip that part.
No, you
You
don't.
never get to skip that part.
No.
Even if you get all of your information from some book or some preacher or some whatever, it's still up to you to go and study that information. You got to put these 50,000 hours in. Sorry. You got to put that time into yourself. Or as soon as you start speaking, everybody's going to know. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah. Go back. Go
Because you
drink.
have to be able to relate the knowledge that you're going to share with the realm to the reality of the realm. And that's all I've ever tried to do is relate the knowledge I'm giving can be seen. White and black are we call them colors. But the
Mm-hmm.
fact that I just kicked is that they are celestial beings and we ain't doing shit without them. You can call them a color if you want to, and they are the primary colors because they cannot be recreated by nothing else.
Right.
Not like orange, yellow, blue, purple, and all this other stuff we be talking. That's all I be saying. I am talking. I got hit in the head so much, like, oh, you ain't thinking. I'm thinking. I don't like that. I don't like. I didn't like my parents' knuckle in my head. You know, if you had them type of parents, you got the knuckle. Like you're not thinking. I am thinking so much now. I got to get this off my head to give it to y'all to get it go away with it. Y'all can
Right.
have it. So
Right.
yeah, we have to be able to be. You have to be aware that if you're going to share knowledge, it has to be. It has to be relatable to the reality that it's happening in. I can't just say, "Oh, this is a," with no proof. And even though I didn't have to go pick it, I didn't have to pick. All I just picked out was said, "White is a celestial being, and it occurs naturally, and this is how it occurs through the scrotum, through the milk, through the plants. Nobody can recreate that, and all of us need that. We wouldn't
Yeah.
be here without that.
It's running all through your body.
It's
It's
running
just
all through your body."
yeah. If you spit,
So
that's gonna be white.
So you can't say it's not a natural law occurrence. It is. What's unnatural is that we keep referring to it as a color. That it's just some color that's just laid down when it is a celestial being at work at play.
Right. Some color sent here to punish us. Okay, so black people who don't want to be black and hate themselves because they're black, that ain't nothing but stupidity. That's not even a real feeling or nothing. You heard somebody say some bad things about black, and now you don't like your race, you don't like your color, you
But
don't.
they doing it to the white kids now. They doing it to the white kids now. Look how when I see them in court talking about they don't want to be white or they forced to go to school, it's happening across the board. We're making the people hate what we y'all institutionalized this bullshit, and now the kids are suffering under these fucking labels that don't exist. These labels are all made up.
They are.
I mean,
I'd be interested in taking a class from Max Vision because he's doing that remote viewing.
hey, very
Um,
intelligent.
yeah, and
Very,
that's a nice thing to do. The remote viewing, I see it as like when I was in the hospital. Um, Actually, remote viewing is going to be different than just like a out of body experience. It seemed like because I when I was out for 3 4 days under sedation by them, um, I remembered everything that was going on, and I was able to hear. I was able to hear. Out, look, I'm under sedation. My whole family is around me at my bed, and I'm knocked out. Right? I promise you, I bust up out of my sedation to tell my sister to quit lying. I said, none of that shit is true that you're saying to them. And then I was back out. So I had to be sitting there viewing this whole thing. The funny thing is, when I came back out at the 4 days later, I remembered that. I asked my sister, I said, do you remember when I like bust out of my coma to tell you to stop lying? And she was like, yeah. And my other sisters, it happened.
right. So it's
Oh,
like, well, a lot of these abilities that we have don't kick in unless we're in danger or distress. Because I've never experienced, to my recollection, remote viewing unless I've been in distress. And unfortunately, unfortunately, I live in Detroit, one of the oldest ley lines in the world. Because, like I said, Detroit is older than the United States. Detroit was here before; it's on the map. So my thing is that I've never gone into remote viewing until I felt like I was in danger, which is usually when gunplay comes into play here in the city. So yeah, I've gone into remote viewing in distress because I needed to see my surroundings so I could survive the surroundings and come out. So a lot of us do remote viewing. Like you said, you were in the hospital. So yes, you were in distress and you needed your satellite working for you, looking out for you. And that's what your remote viewing is. You have a satellite that automatically leaves the orbital body it's in and comes out and orbits that body and gives you remote viewing. Go
check this
ahead, girl.
out. I remember thinking, she's lying. She's lying. It's not that she was lying. She was repeating what the nurses had told her. And so they were setting my family up to for my death. They were
Wow.
setting that shit up, and that's why I bust out to tell them none of that is true because they was trying to say, they was trying to figure out, well, why am I in there knocked out or sedated or in a coma? And when I came in there because my knee hurt, and now I'm on a breathing tube. They were setting all of that up, and then too, and when I got out, when I got up, the first thing I did was pull that fucking breathing tube out. I didn't pull it all the way out because I don't even know what it was, but I got it loose enough where it was just dangling. For when the doctors did come around, they was like, "Well, it's obvious she don't need the breathing tube because she's been breathing on her own because that thing's not in her." I think you're on mute, sis. But
It's a forced coma because they forced the coma on you.
yes,
That's
and
what they
then
were doing to the
then
to
left it to them
the
like I went into a coma. No, I didn't fucking. Yeah, after you tackled me and shot me with that fucking needle, is when I went into a coma. Otherwise, than that, I walked the fuck up in there. But that's my bad too, because had I not been trying to be slick, none of that shit would have ever happened. I'm sitting there, I'm sitting at the desk reading this sheet that's asking these questions. Are you having a hard time breathing, shortness of breath, and all that shit? So I checked yes on all of that shit, which
Gotcha.
made them get their O2 sensor out and check my oxygen and check all that shit. And that shit happened so goddamn fast. I mean, I woke up. I went in there on a Thursday night. I woke up out of my coma on Monday, and first thought was, why does everything? Why did they think it's Monday? Because it was. That's how long they had me out. Like why would
I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to laugh.
I filled that sheet out and said I had to. I only wanted to get seen. I was trying to jump in line to be seen. That's what the truth is. And so it's like, be careful what you're asking for, and always stay on the righteous tip. And that lesson damn near cost me my life.
Right. That
Next
is
time
not funny.
I'll just wait. In fact, next time I want to be the last one called. Don't call me first. But shit, that's crazy though, because a lot of things was happening when I was somewhere. I don't want to call it heaven, but it sure looks like heaven to me when I was in my coma. I was talking to this white boy, this Macaulay Culkin looking boy, and he was explaining to me what was going on, what I was seeing. We were walking, and I was listening to everything he said and shit. And then he told me that he was like, but you don't have to stay if you don't want to. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, really? He was like, yeah, you can go back anytime. And I walked with him some more and got some more motherfucking questions answered. And then I was like, all right, bye. And then that's how I woke up in the hospital.
Wow.
That's how I woke up.
You see what I'm saying?
I
You
woke up
never
in
know. You never know. And you never know who gonna guide your ass either.
That's
You
right.
never know who will guide you out of those places. So be aware. We have to be aware.
Right.
Hey,
And so
she said yes. It's an inside job. Colors, yes, yes.
right,
Colors is an inside job.
it is. It is. And so what I found out is like uh do somehow in our mind, whether we meant to or not, are we choosing to die? Are we choosing to get up out of here? Do we have a choice? Say if I get shot with a bullet and in my mind, lots of people get shot and live, other people get shot and die. So
Right?
I'm looking to see if there's choices to this. Another thing is like when the elderly person, I watched my stepmother slowly pass. To me, and the consciousness level I was at the time told me that she was waiting for somebody to come get her,
Hmm.
like her past husband or her mother or somebody come and get you and explain this next thing to you and shit.
Yeah. Because those are the instructions that we received that once we pass, there'll be a ferryman there to help us along our journey.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to change our concept of what passing is. Are we passing into nothingness? Are we
Mm-hmm.
passing into a death to be reborn? Or are we passing a certain phase or stage into continuum? But for me, my continuum says the same as I came here with my mind, body, and soul,
Mm-hmm.
I am going to be part of the continuum with the same mind, with the same body, and the same soul. With me holding myself accountable and being more respectful of the contract than I have previously been to my mind, body, and soul contract.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna put the link in this description box in case we hitting on the subject that we got some masters out there who know what they're talking about. I do have a lot of questions, and that's why we wanted Rod Hayes to be on the show today. And I've got questions about immortality, and I could easily just let Salima answer them too. So
But
I'm
please, we
not
got some
trying.
people on this chat right now who are very
Let
insightful,
me
very
put in
powerful.
there.
You already know.
See, but will they come out? We don't need you to come out, but if you'd like to, we'd appreciate it. So let me get this link up here because immortality now. I'm wrestling. I'm re-looking at some things that I already knew. I'm looking because more questions come along now. I'm looking at some oxymoron type of stuff because if there's immortality, then there can't be immortality and death. Well, there's not death, there's transformation, correct? And so when we're talking immortality, we're more or less talking about our spirit and our soul. And we can't be talking about our body, although at some point in time we lived a lot longer because we
And
wasn't putting
that
up.
should be proof. That should be proof of the
Mm-hmm,
immortality contract. Why is life being shortened? Because somebody is introducing a corrupt program into us that says, no, you don't deserve this. Or they'll put out commercials that say the human heart only beats a million beats and that's it. That's a sick kind of programming, and somebody, unfortunately, if they're programmable, picks that up and uses that. And then once their heart beats a million beats, they're willing to let go because they accepted that program. And this is what I'm saying. When you're dealing with the natural realm, there's no one programming you. You live according to your nature. But under the 3D matrix of colonialism, someone is programming your time. Someone is programming instead of you having a life path, you have a lifestyle. Someone is programming your way of thought of how men and women should be, and that program has broken down. See, and that's how you know that some of these are really just programs because they're no longer working on the realm. We had the religious program. That shit is falling across the board for everybody. I don't care if you black, consider yourself white. You hear it across the board, across the realm. Everybody of every color, they tired of this shit. You want war because of religion. You want to condemn people because of religion. You hurting children. These wars that always involve children with hospitals because of religion. We tired of monotheism across the board. The realm is falling apart because of these these religious ethics. And if
Mm-hmm.
we follow the lawful ethics of the realm that say you don't have to earn respect because
Mm-hmm.
you're a part of life, you're a part of source. Now you act the fool, you can be put somewhere else, but
Mm-hmm.
life should not have to earn. That's like telling a baby that just came out the womb that it can't. Oh, you got to earn respect. Move it, buddy. Come on now. At what point are we going to start using our natural realm thinking and stop treating each other this way?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so I have a question for you too that I was trying to save, but after almost an hour, I'm not going to save anything. Again, if Rod comes in, he's welcome as hell. But as far as reincarnation goes, I wanna use the example of a pendulum swinging. Um, the swing to the left is going to be directly proportionate to the swing to the right, right? So that's a law. It's a pendulum law. So wh- when we live, say we live for 50 years, and that's our work state, do we then rest for 50 years? I want to bring the laws together and still have them work as they do separately, work like that together. When we're talking like the law of rhythm, the law of correspondence, the law of the pendulum swing, like we got to understand universal law, whether Hermes wrote it or not. There's laws set into motion, and they're proven, tested, and true. Okay. And so when we're dealing with, like somebody else was saying something about coming back in the body that they have now. So somebody gave an example of a seed, a seed that you would use to plant a tree. If you use that seed now or 10,000 years from now, that seed is still what it is. That seed is an apple tree or orange tree or whatever it is, it is.
And the
So
same goes with us.
while we know we're not coming back in that body because it's gone, they done took all your organs out and that body is gone. However, wherever you're at and wherever you grow again, who's to say, like a flower, you're gonna grow that body right back up again. We're
Right.
talking deep, talking deep.
And I did the we did the live about the good death. And the good death was the natural accumulation of the natural burial of our people within the realm. No boxes, no coffins.
Mm,
Okay. And in
mm-hmm,
the good death, you're returned to the soil, to the microphage that prevents the death. See, a lot of the death comes from our suffocation. We're suffocating
mm-hmm,
in the realm. So a lot of what we consider death, we involuntarily do to ourselves. And that's
mm-hmm,
why we have people that leave, so to speak, like they get away from other people. Why do they get away from other people? Because they want to get out of their clothes. Our clothes are dangerous. They're harming us. We have skin disorders and defects now because of the clothes. Why else do we want to get away from the rest of? We want to get away from using the harmful products when we don't have to use these products like sanitary napkins and tampons and birth control and microwaves and all these other things that are part of these realms. So look at the things that I just got away from that your body is probably like in on the top of the mountain. And that's why we run to the nature. That's why we run to go camping. That's why we run to go take hikes, to get away from all of this crap that says
Mm-hmm.
you have to look like this or you have to use this product so you can function. So I get people that are, they really don't understand that these are a part of the longevity of the life we say we want. When you abstain, and that's what I mean, your contract with human, it comes with everything I just mentioned. A
Mm-hmm.
contract with humans is a contract in consumerism. You're just consuming. But if you're living in nature and natural law, guess what? Now you're doing this. Now there's a reciprocity flow that you can't get from the matrix. In the matrix, there is no natural reciprocity for the matriarch. In the matrix, in the 3D false matrix, there is no natural reciprocity for the real man, for the knight, for the indigenous beings that actually come. There is no real reciprocity because reciprocity to them is money. But my love is, you can't pay me for that.
Mm.
My love has to be repaid in likewise. The money is nice, but I need some love right now. And
Mm-hmm.
some of what I'm asking for in love don't cost a thing.
Right. Shouldn't.
So your money, your fortune can't bring me everything I want. Still hit that cash app, but what I'm talking about can't bring me everything that I require, desire, and need to function within this realm. So when we're dealing with reciprocity, you can get more of that in the natural realm because the natural realm, like I said, it comes up naturally. Bend over, pick it, take it, eat it, fill your soul with it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in the 3D matrix, there is no real natural reciprocity because now we have money coming into play. We have certain ideologies that take the natural man and natural woman out of our natural state of beings. And now we're hoes and tricks. You know what I'm saying? Now we're bad and good and evil, good versus evil, and up and down. It's a bunch of fucking nonsense. Excuse my language, but it is. You know how I get got after a while.
Oh yeah.
So there's no natural reciprocity within the 3D realm, and we want that, but you can only get it naturally within the natural realm, which is why it's harder to walk away. These tethers, they taste so good, they feel so good of the 3D realm. But when you start looking back on your life, use your memory, use what you see of the realm. Why
Mm-hmm.
are we often have to remind people to be respectful, to be thankful and grateful because it's hard. It's hard to receive that frequency. It's being blocked
Mm-hmm.
because we're in an unnatural system. Whereas when we go out in the nature, nature doesn't have anything to do. We just go out in the nature, hit the tree, and be like, "Whoo! I am so thankful and grateful to be here." Isn't that a big difference? Where you just naturally just thankful and grateful to be here. Whereas sometimes we're supposed to be thankful and grateful within these open air penal colonies we call cities, and we have to remind ourselves every day to be thankful and grateful because of the drudgery of living within this system. But you
Yeah.
go out to nature and you automatically thankful and grateful.
That's right.
So there's a
Even,
reciprocity. I
even though
want to go.
you,
Go ahead, Goddess. I apologize.
I was just going to comment what Max Vision remote viewing said, and it's on the screen right now, and it sounds LOL-ish, but when scientists took a look at the rainwater, guess what they found in their microscope when they zoomed in 10,000 times? They found plastic
Uh huh.
in the water, in
Yeah.
the rain, that's plastic. Some other places where they looked, they wasn't looking to find that much plastic. Like I zoomed in on some marijuana one time, and when you get down to the structure of that shit, I promise you, it looks just like plastic. It's like, what's up with plastic? It's everywhere.
It's
It really is.
gasoline. It is petroleum jelly. It's Vaseline. It's been everywhere.
Mm.
You got to think, if you use petroleum jelly on your body, and we did because we were slathered in Vaseline petroleum jelly.
Oh
Imagine
yeah.
having petroleum jelly on your skin and your clothes in the summertime. The sun is cooking
Mm,
that into your skin and clothes. So after you discard
mm.
those clothes and the clothes break down, what do you think is in the clothes? Cooked
Plastic.
Vaseline. It turns into plastic.
Plastic.
Facts.
Oh, wow. Well, that's definitely a good explanation why plastic is everywhere.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Plastic
And
is made.
so, and we're drinking out of plastic bottles. What the fuck you think is taking place there? Because it
Everything.
leaches. It leaches on whatever you put in there. You get some of it, just like aluminum foil. I had read, don't cover your food with aluminum foil because you're gonna have
Right.
foil in your bed. All of this stuff is constantly moving. There is no solid. There is no solid. So whatever you pour it in that bottle, unless it's glass, you're getting some of that.
Right. I want to go back to a Max Vision remote. He talked about past lives. I think I missed some of it. I saw it across the screen for a minute. Right, seven
I know he
circuits
said it
and
takes
video
7 days.
information disruptors.
Oh, which one?
Go back. He was
He
talking.
said,
I'm not sure if it was Max Vision. Somebody was talking about past lives and the accumulation of past lives. You did. I'm not sure. I missed it. I thought it was
there's some good stuff in
It says it takes less than 7 days for the soul to leave the body, depending on what you do to it. Now, when the body comes to rest, um, it can take longer than 7 days if the body is not embalmed.
there.
If the if we do not embalm the body and destroy it completely, the body can linger for weeks. I mean, the soul can linger for weeks enough. Because if you've ever talked to I'm a caretaker, so I've dealt with dead bodies on the natural. I don't have a medical degree. No, as a herbalist and as someone who has had the opportunity to take care of my elders until they pass,
Mm,
I know that there are times because we often don't let the EMS or anything, like no one picked up my father right away. My street was like literally blocked off. There were people in droves there who were coming into the house to say goodbye to my father. And even though
mm.
he had been pronounced dead, there were times where certain people that were in the house, namely his siblings, they talked, you could swear he was answering them.
Damn.
So he wasn't allowed to be picked up by the EMS right away. We said goodbye to him before they ever touched his body, which means that took 3 hours. It took 3 to 5 hours for everybody that knew us to come to our block and say goodbye to Mr. Bacha.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah. So if had I had the knowledge other than that so that he could have a proper send off from his family, um, I would have never let anybody touch his body, and I would have did all the work myself, which is
Mm,
giving his body the herbs that he needs and laying him properly and wrapping him in the herbal concoction. That's where they get the mummification, but it isn't mummification. The body is wrapped in herbs to rejuvenate it.
mm. you, those Egyptians were so deep, man. You gotta have things buried with you for you
Right.
on a trip.
And that's
Death
not
is
natural. Because
death is a
what's
trip.
the term? You can't take it with you. Why can't you take it with you? Because you ain't
Right.
coming back once you do that. Now, this is the thing. The Egyptians, when the Greeks took over, they perverted the ritual.
Of course.
Before they took over, it was as I just said. There was no removal of all these things because guess what? They knew they were coming back. They were just at a stage of rest. There was no embalming. The Greeks and them did all of that because their scientists are like that.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're dealing with the natural realm and the natural man and woman, yes, the body is wrapped, but those are herbs and teas. That's turmeric,
Mm.
clove for the mouth, herbs and teas for the lungs, the kidneys,
Wow.
and that keeps the body odor down. You see what I'm
Mm.
saying? You have certain
Absolutely.
you have certain herbs for their underarms, for their crevices, for their anal, and for their. You're not going to hurt them because you don't want to tear the body. You just want them to have all the herbs and things that they need for anyone, um, for rejuvenation. Because our body needs rejuvenation, and that is what they're not telling you. We have the ability to generate, not just regenerate, to generate. Because regenerate means die, and we never die. What we do is we generate. And that's when the education of being a perpetually harmonic, oscillating being has to come into play. I am perpetually, harmonically oscillating. I
Yeah.
never die, but I do get exhausted. I can't exhaust this body. See, so that's the thing. I don't want to exhaust the body, but we do because of we're on the grind. We got to go grind. We got to go make that money. We got to go do this. We got to. So we have this grind mentality. So we
Right.
grinding the body down. We're grinding down our mentality. We're grinding down our spirits and our souls. So when we practice natural revitalization, when we practice natural generalization, that doesn't happen as often because we're going to lay the fuck down in our natural realm and say, okay, this is what we need. It's
Mm-hmm.
time to take a break and do this juvenation. And that's why I said after a while, I'm not going to be seen up here because I could feel the pull. Remember, I was almost
Mm-hmm.
crying the other night because of the headache. I could feel through this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. So when
Yeah.
I get up here, I really want to have something to say and let it go so I can free myself from it. Really.
Right. Right.
Right.
Yeah. And so let me touch back again on this thing called life. I don't personally think, you live for 50 years and then you rest for 50 years unless there's something going on with time when you're not in this realm.
Right.
Unless the time goes by faster or they've got real time there, and then say, and this ties right into reincarnation again. Why are we reincarnated at certain times? Are we in an orbit? I keep saying that because I'm always going to be equating shit with nature, the flowers, the trees, and how they do. I'm going to assume that we doing that shit too. We might be just replicating ourselves because that's our orbit. We may be at work for 80 years and then at rest for 80 years, and we're going to come back. We're going to come back to this earth again. We may look the same as what we look because, and again, too, after this, I'm going to touch on telomeres. So we could just be orbiting like the planets, like the earth. We are bodies. We're not, we are terrain. We are terrain. We're terrain and we're light, and we filled with light. So who knows what we're really doing when we're talking about reincarnation and immortality. Immortality, if it's not an oxymoron, then those bodies are taking other forms but still being alive. Maybe we take the gaseous form after you take out all of our organs and do all that crap to us at the morgue. So what? Maybe it just forms itself back again like it was the last time as a seed, as a
Right.
seed. Because it doesn't matter where you fucking plant me at. If you plant me in Canada, I'm still gonna be, yeah, I'm still gonna be me, right? So
Right.
so when we say we want to come back as a fish or a tree or whatever, Is that possible? I'm starting to say no. You are what that seed is. The seed in you. You are the seed. You are that. Okay. And then on a different note with the telomeres, we think we're just have longevity because we're blessed. Let's just say that. But in all reality, when you look at those chromosomes, they got caps at the end of them to keep it from frizzing, sort of like on a tennis shoe when they put the plastic around so it don't frizzle up, so you can thread it through the tennis shoe or whatever. These things, some of them are long, some of them are short. Once they start unraveling, that's when disease is kicking in. Okay, and you get all kinds of awareness of that. But when the doctor looks at your chromosome, he sees your telomeres are all fucked up. That's how he know you only got like another year to live, because your shit is all fragile. You're not gonna fucking make it. Okay, so instead of saying Jesus was good to you and gave you longevity, how about you take a look at your telomeres on the end of your chromosomes and see what they're doing? Huh? Because if they're short and all fucked up and unraveled and shit, then Jesus is not going to help you live long. Okay?
No. Okay, so I found Max.
Well,
I
I have to
found
take a chance at the religious people. But anyway, go ahead, sister.
I found Max Vision's remote viewing class. Do you think the lives you possibly lived in the past would change or evolve us into a more enlightened being by integrating our previous lives?
You're right. Yeah, I wanted to comment on that earlier when I saw that too. But it's very, very interesting. It's very interesting. But he did agree, Seven Serpents agreed that it's a bunch of repeating patterns. Okay. So we don't think as a flower. Well, we probably do say that they're dead, but the same spot that you picked them from, they're gonna grow back, and they're
Right.
gonna look like those looked before they died.
So who says
And
that they're
have
dead just because they have changed? They're not. If you could pick that flower from the same exact spot the next year, how is it dead? How did it ever die? It didn't. It rested.
exactly
It rested. We assume it died because that's the visual literacy we're given about the realm.
right.
It's impossible for something dead to come back in the same spot fully reduced. That never happens. It never died. That dying is the visual literacy of the corporate entity that's here that profits off of death, because death is a profit for some people. You got the EMS, you got the morgue, you got the funeral home, you got the churches. Somebody is making money off of death. So now you have the ability to circumvent the death
Fear,
contract.
fear of
How many people are you going to put out of business because now you have the ability to circumvent the death contract? You get to keep your body along with your mind, body, along with your soul and mind, because that is the fucking contract, and it's a contract like that for a reason. And I'm going to stick to it because somebody is purposefully circumventing the contract. Mwah, 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 I want my shit. I want to keep it. I don't want to share. I don't want to go in the ground. I don't care if you're like, mwah, mwah, mwah. I love it. Somebody's fucking with my contract. I like this motherfucking shit. I love it. I want it to stay with me. And whoever's trying to circumvent
uh-huh.
my contract, woe to you, because I'm coming for you. Mwah. I love it.
You've been warned.
You been,
Okay.
yay. So yes, any past life that I've had has led me to this selfish point of saying, fuck this system, and whatever programs they are, I am officially telling you I don't like them. I don't want your contracts. kick rocks with your contracts. I want my dreams exactly the way I want my dreams. I want my wealth the way I want. I want my man the way I say I want it all. Do I want my body? Just the way it is right now, beautiful. Mwah. I want the mind that I have that's blowing the rest of the world's mind that I have right now. I want to keep that. So screw you and your death contract. That's all I'm saying.
All right. I know the word is out. They hear you. The word is out. For the people who've been here for the last hour or 10 minutes and was expecting our brother Rod Hayes on the show, had to be a good one.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would just have to apologize for the Bible right now. We do apologize. We thought we would have it on, but hey, the goddess said no matter what, we go on live, and that's what we did. And we sure hope
That's
you
right.
enjoyed all the natural knowledge that was fit tonight. Thank you to the chat and the panel because y'all was fire tonight. I told you guys we be rocking with some brain bangers, baby. We
All
be
right.
rocking with
All right.
brain bangers. We ain't got time. We ain't nothing gonna slow us down. He'll be back the next
And
round.
I don't gotta go. You gotta go. I just
I
wanted
ain't
to
gotta
say
go.
apologize.
I can give you another half hour easy. I can give you another
Okay,
half hour easy.
cool. Let's break some more of this shit down. About death. They taught us to fear death, and maybe fear how you die, but not just walking around every day. You ain't in no danger or nothing. Why am I thinking about death or hell?
It's a programming.
Yeah,
It's a part of that
I,
programming.
I would be. I was sick of that program. Like, I ain't finna be threatened to go to hell on every fucking thing I do with free will. That's free will, but
Right.
if you don't choose the right thing, your ass going to hell. Right. That don't make no motherfucking sense.
And you know what else? You know what else? That sentence that you just said. What if I am not someone's right thing? What if somebody chose me and now they feel like they're gonna go to hell, even though because of because of my ideology, because of my philosophy, because of you know what I'm saying? Because monotheism have us saying, oh, she's a demon, even though I never killed nobody, never don't own weapons, don't ain't done nothing to nobody. But
Hmm.
you're gonna go to hell if you listen to me, if you talk to me, because I don't practice monotheism. So yeah,
Hmm.
God is right. That they put the fear of the cracking in us with that.
That's right. That's exactly what they did. They put the kraken on us, and it's still here. And if as long as they're successful with it, they're gonna keep doing it. But one day, the majority is gonna be woke, because right now the majority is still asleep. But when that majority wakes up, that they should be planning right now. Get the hell out of here. We've got all these
That's
portals.
part of what my headache is. The phase, the realm is moving through the we're going through portals because remember the other night I had to get off of here. My head
Right.
was hurting and in the last few and even when these monitors like when I'm in here and it's all off because like for days now I've been turning it off unless I've got to turn it on and do my lives. I'm still hearing that hum. It's like the motor's running and we're at full throttle. I don't know what's going on, but all I can do is sit back and enjoy the ride. But I know this thing every time
Um.
it's like my brain starts pulsing like oh the headache like oh
Yeah.
so I could
There is
still
a
hear the hum. I can still feel the I
there's a
don't know.
frequency out there that is audible.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
hear anymore where I'm at now. But when I was making my videos for my first channel, I was sit right there in that window. When I was quiet and in my studies, here's a definite hum. And I know I talked to you about that before, like a year ago, and I made a video about it. Um,
Right. Well, me and
oh,
all you and all the other goddesses had linked up. It was Sherry Berry. She felt it. The goddess
mm-hmm,
Bell, Heather Bell, she felt it. We aren't crazy. We all live in different
right,
states and stuff. And we all felt this across the realm.
right,
So the for
yeah,
us goddesses, the pool is real.
It is. And so, because they want us to fear because then they're in control. Like if they just tell us a story and then say, yeah, and there's a fire where you burn in there forever. When you start telling 2 year olds, 5 year olds, 10 year olds, 15 year old, when you implant that into their consciousness at a really, really young age, you're gonna have problems because believe me, it's gonna show up as stress. It's going to, and just because you don't feel it anymore, you might be immune to it now. You've been in stress for so long, you don't know what it feels like to not be in a state of stress, and then you
Also,
subject it to like all of the other fear mongering.
and not
That's
just
all it
that,
is.
we have to live in we have to realize we live in a world where there are people who truly hold the teachings of the Bible precious, especially to their children. And we instill that in our children and send them out into the world. And what do our children often experience? People that don't think like them, people who haven't been taught what you have taught them. You see what I'm saying? So now our children have begun
Right.
to given a cognitive dissonance that this is what isn't what my parent, but they lying, they sneaking, they cheating. So you've instilled this, which is natural law, into your child, but now the
Mm,
religion says that, oh, this is this and this, but they watching everybody around them not be able to live up to the edicts of their own religion.
that's right. That's right. I was on the ass. I started asking questions soon, like right away. I've been threatened already when I was 10 to shut the fuck up with that shit. But I had them questions going, and that's
Right.
retarded. Why have Bible study at church on Friday night? You go to Bible study. You don't get to ask no questions there either. Like,
Well,
what's the
that's why
big secret?
we about to institute our own Bible study. Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we about to Yahsinni University is about to be on and popping. We're going to institute our Bible studies back up. We doing matriarchal Bible studies. That's right. We bringing it. We are tired of this nonsense. We tired of the man against the woman against the man, everybody angry. We are going to break that Bible down and show you all of the contracts for at what they like Cain and Abel is the original buck breaking contract. Bam. And you know I come
Boom.
with it. I ain't playing. Y'all know I ain't playing. Every time I mention the Bible and what these contracts really are, I really mean it. I really mean it. Cain and Abel is the original buck breaking contract. Okay? Because what did they do? This entity got Cain to slay his own brother through buck breaking contact. So what did he did? He was a narcissistic parent. He was a narcissistic God to Cain, and he was a loving God to Abel. Even though
Mm,
Cain had never hurt anybody or had never done anything but offer up natural law food. But no, the
mm-hmm.
God wanted blood, and meat. So what did he do? He was narcissistic to Cain until he broke him emotionally and spiritually enough. And so he would be jealous enough to slay his own brother. Tell me that ain't buck breaking. The fuck out of here. So
Wow.
yeah, we got Bible study coming up. Bam. We got language classes coming up. And I would love to
Yep.
thank Seven Serpents again for getting me along. Definitely with that. So yeah, we got classes coming up. We need you to be aware that this Bible is about penal colony and its codes and how it uses these codes to destroy the family. How it uses these codes to keep the man and woman separate at odds. We about to
Mm-hmm.
break all of this down. So we have to realize that this entity is always has always been corrupted. His only job here is to is to keep you corrupted, because as long as you're blind and corrupted, he can eat. So Cain
That's
and
right.
Abel is the original buck breaking, because what child could withstand a parent that treats it like shit? And then what did he tell Cain to do? Obey the law. So that means murder was already a part of law of the colony. Murder was already a part of the law. He told Cain, why are you upset? If you just follow the law, everything will be all right. And Cain went and slew Abel. That's the law. I was like, what is these people really are these people really reading their Bible?
No, they're not. You know they're not.
So yeah, we do Bible study in a whole different way. Like we don't know what we read. We just not paying attention. So yeah, we do Bible study matriarch style. We do language. We practice securing, learning how to secure your language, taking you out of English and legalese and moving us, transitioning us back into Latin, a secure language where you cannot end up in court, you cannot end up in debt, because it is Latin and it is the original language. So yes, Max
The
Vision, Max Vision go off on
Bible,
Yahweh every. He just go. I can tell you now, he has no mercy for the. So
wow.
he said he is a third-rate demigod in the annals of God. So
Oh, Max
we have
Vision.
some real, yeah.
Yeah, you got to know what you're talking about to say things like that. So I'm sure
Yeah.
you're joining his channel. He does have a
So
channel, right? Max.
and that's what I was
Max.
telling you. I go to Seven Serpents. I'll be at In the Groove, Seven Serpents, Max Vision. That's what I was telling you. I'll be messing around with diverse people because I want to ascend. I ain't got time. These they ain't ascended. Just read they ain't playing.
Oh yeah,
That's what I was.
most definitely.
That yeah, it don't get no lower than that. So these are the programs that they're using on us. That was a narcissistic buck breaking uh event in the Bible. So we have to be aware that narcissism been out, that this guy been practicing narcissism to use as a way to control part of these penal colonies. So
Hmm.
that's what I teach in Bible study. I ain't got no time for the. I'm breaking down what's really going on, what's really being seen. And that to me was one of the sickest head jobs I ever seen in the Bible, done by this so-called God, that he was willing to buck break Cain enough to kill his own brother. And I'm aware that they are not really siblings, that they are penal colony. Cain was a whole colony and Abel was a whole colony. Abel's colony grew land, meats. He had herds. He was a shepherd. So their colony were shepherds, whereas Cain's colony was farmers, growers, you see, and that's what they were offering up. But the God wanted blood, and he and
Drunk with
he bucked
blood.
Cain enough until he obliged him.
That's right. So go back and watch the show I did with your homeboy, Big Dog Philly OG,
Oh, I watched
and
that. Yeah.
it was on the drunk with blood. He said his arrows are drunk with blood from shooting it at your ass, killing you. And when he didn't have his arrows in your ass, he had his prophets on your ass, all of them.
All the prophets.
Yeah, make Jesus explain why he think it's bragging rights to come from the line of David. David was one killing mofo. All of them were. That's all they did. That's how we know y'all didn't read that Bible. Because
And
the
that's what I
whole
tell people when they start asking me about that Bible, go back to our live, the Amalek, drunk with blood, the Amalek, and we about to bring that back because we done found so much more. What we gave y'all was really just the tip of the iceberg of the drunk with blood with Amalek. Because when we go deeper into Amalek, you'll really understand why the Israelites and them why they hate us, because we knew what they was. They wanted revenge, all because we wouldn't let them rest on our land because we knew what they had did. We knew what they were
Yes.
capable of. We didn't trust them. We knew better.
Mm.
Yep, facts, straight facts. So yeah, Amalek's Drunk with Blood. You want to see what me and the guy is on? Go to Amalek's Drunk with Blood. See what's that. That's the kind of
Yep.
Bible study we do. I'm not going. I do not mention one time about worshiping no God. I am non-divinational, and I mean that across the board. I mean that with witchcraft. I mean I do not practice Oshun, Ojun, and all. If it's got a name and it's got an attitude bigger than mine, it ain't my friend. I don't practice. I do not practice any religion across, whether it's African spirituality, the church. I don't care what you call it. I don't practice it. I practice me. This what I'm practicing. This. I've been
The
neglected
matrix.
long enough.
Yep. I've got a religion, but it's called sun. I like the sun and the moon. That's
Right.
it. None of those other deities. Saturn ain't never did shit for me. Jupiter, all of them. Thor, all of those motherfuckers. They the same to
Right.
me. Jesusio, same shit. You
Right.
know.
Oh, and I
But
hope
I
y'all
need to
do
go
y'all
back.
homework. Y'all know I gave y'all homework. I gave y'all a lot of homework.
For sure. Yeah, y'all get some homework up in here.
Oh, people
Wow.
want to tap into that black sun. I said you can't
I, I
tap into the black sun unless you tap into the what black moon. And I just proved black and white were celestial entities that were operating. What you gonna do? What color is that moon? It's
mm,
creamy as the milk that I
yeah, white,
fed my
silk,
children with, right?
translucent. That's right.
So yeah, we got studying to
That's right.
do. Yeah, yeah,
And what
we
a
got
great time to start.
man.
Yeah, we waited. We waited for more people to be woke, and now, they coming in pretty damn fast. Even if they haven't had the 10 years or 20 years of studying that Salima and I've been doing, actually way longer than that. But
Yeah,
um, all we needed was the internet to kick in, and boom, that's it. That's it. Giving us access to all the records and letting us have other tools just helped us along a lot more quicker. We was gonna find that path anyway, but the internet just speeded it up for y'all.
yeah. That Ethernet
We've been doing this.
definitely kicked in for us. Because like I said before, brick and mortar education is over. People coming out talking about I got a degree, I'm a teacher. They don't know shit. And the only reason why I'm like this now is because I had some badass kids at home that wasn't going to sit down and listen to, and I had to find a new way to educate my children. And I love my kids, and they still didn't take nothing of what I taught them and used it the way I thought they was. Kids never take what you give them and use it the way you think they gonna use it. Trust me.
Right,
So
right.
yeah,
So
the
that's got
homework for
enough.
the black son, y'all got homework. Y'all need to go over that video because that's all I've been doing. I'm when you go, and that's what I'm saying. When you go into black body radiation, don't study black body radiation without studying white body radiation,
There you go.
and don't study white body radiation and black body radiation without studying uh, perpetually harmonic oscillating celestial beings. Because these are the studies that's going to get you to understand and see your vision might be better than mine once you start putting this knowledge into your head. Hey, Sabaho, the sun and all natural bam. Yes. Yeah. So these are the studies that we need so our perception of the realm changes so that we can utilize the realm. Because I want to be utilizing my realm, baby, all day, every day. These are the everything Ritz crackers. Oh, thank you. Those the everything on them. Okay. What your cheese you eating? Yep. I'm sorry, my baby feeding me.
Yeah.
She Hi. This my daughter. Okay, Mom, I'm sorry. It's okay, baby. Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, we got a lot. We got a lot of homework, even though I love it, guidance, when you call me master teacher, I want people to
I know
understand
you're a
my studies never end. My study, because of I can't see what I see without going down. Like, so the other day after I talked to you, I was in black void again, and
mm,
straight void, and I mean, it's important. I don't care what color you consider yourself. I don't care what nationality. I don't care about any of that. At some point, everybody's got to jump into the black void, because you
jump.
can't get to the black sun and moon without, you can't. We've
Right.
already discovered, we've already made it clear, whatever's happening to the moon, that's an eclipse every time. That's not a quarter moon. That's a whole nother celestial being eclipsing your moon every chance it gets. So
Mm,
we have to delve into these studies. And like I said, the study of your realm is the study of self. And don't get caught in those numbers. Now,
mm,
a lot of people don't agree with me, but I'm going to repeat this. There is no fucking number after nine. There is, but it is not 10. 10 is a repetitive number. This zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you say zero again and one is 10, that's one and zero again. Come on, people. There is a number after nine, but only the greatest celestial mind will come up with it. And that's
mm-hmm,
how you know you've been studying, because it will
mm-hmm,
take you out of the circle. Numbers didn't exist before thought. Thought is the first thing, then the word.
mm-hmm,
So don't let the numbers trip you up when you're reading all these texts, because these humans, they got a lot of text. Like I say, they see our world in fractals.
mm-hmm,
We have to do whole thinking. And whole thinking is not repetitive. Whole thinking is not repetitive. What's repetitive is rote, because you want little children to get how to count, how to know what the language, how to write. So you give them rote until they know how to write. You give them rote till they write print, and then you give them rote till they write in cursive. You give them rote till they can write their numbers. You give them rote till they can write their name and their address. That's rote. That's a necessary to take their education to the next level.
mm-hmm,
But if you keep saying 9, 10 is the number that comes after 9, you will stay in the circular pattern of the circular thinking of the realm within you're trapped in.
mm-hmm,
There is no 10 after 9. There is a number after 9, but it is not 10. That's repetitive. That's saying 1 and 0 again. Come on,
mm-hmm.
ascended minds. What is the number after 9? And it's not 10. And if you knew it, would you remain in this dimension?
Mm-hmm. This same person right here, barbecue,
Yes.
up there, somewhere up there in the chat, she was interested in taking your class. So obviously we're grabbing a hold to some of the people. Each one teach one. Come on in one by one. Come on
And
in together.
I say my teachers openly out loud on my channel. I have no shame because I'm learning. If
Mm-hmm.
I don't say them, they not teaching me. I don't got
Right.
nothing to say about them, and I'm not here to put nobody down. That's why I say I'm not a content, because content creators tend to go after each other. That I've noticed. I'm not going after no. I'm learning. I got homework. I got homework. Shit. I ain't got
Yep.
time to go after nobody. If I
Always.
don't agree with what they saying or what they teaching, I stay off their platform. I ain't got nothing. I'm not gonna come over and argue with you. I got too much shit to do. I got people up here right now in my chat who I'm going to go to their channel and go learn. I just said I've been on separate service for the last 2 weeks learning rooms. Sherry Berry is my art teacher. So I ain't got time. I don't have time.
Yeah. And
What
so,
what I
Salima,
do have time is to just keep studying. I'm sorry, goddess.
when we was talking the other day, I had brought up um, the powers that we used to have, or our ancestors had, and was really, I guess, verbatim trying to think of it as, you know, get up and fly over there, or go do this, or go remote view somewhere, or use your wings to fly, use your kinesis and the rest of your powers all the time, every day. And I wondered what a world would look like. That kind of world would look like. Is it really? Was it ever really that kind of world?
I could
Well, you
prove
don't
it to
wake
you.
up, you're never tired.
Billions of
Okay.
children cannot be wrong. I'm going to tell you something that is going to prove that racism is taught because of the children of the realm. I don't care where you go in this world, what realm, China, Japan, Africa, here, all the children always know that they can what? They know they can fucking fly. Why do all the children of every generation and every realm know that they can fucking fly? That is the one program that they cannot get out of the children. It's there for a fucking reason. And if we don't listen to them, we're going to miss our opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Every child across every realm knows deep within their heart, be them boy or girl or whatever, they know they can fly. Why is that? Why is that the only program within the child that has never been circumvented?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give some more evidence. Look here. I asked my teacher this one time too, because I was really disturbed. I'm gonna hold my arm up right here and see if you people.
You still got the
Shit.
screen
Hold
on
on.
me.
Let me take it off.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Look. If you can see, there's a line. There's a contrast. Let me get it. There's a contrast line going
Yeah.
right arm, right?
Yeah.
Well, you see it on here, right
Hmm.
here. This line right here going down my arm.
Yeah.
So I asked my teacher one time, why do I have that line going down my skin like I was sewed up and shit? And she said it's because that's the side where the sun hits the most, and so the sun made that line. And then, sometime later, I said, this same fucking contrast line is on my legs. I wear pants every day. It's not a sun thing. This is something else. At some point in time, I swear to God, we had wings. That's exactly where they would want to come out to for us to fly. Same thing, the way that they are on my legs. Like something's going on here. Some old DNA is coming back up. We don't know what our new strands of DNA is going to look like or do for us. But you better believe, if the earth is changing, if the sun is changing, and everything else in nature is changing, we are too.
You get the
We're being
upgrade.
restored just like the earth. We're
You
being
get the
restored,
upgrade.
improved, renewed. So,
You get the
uh,
upgrade.
so yeah, that's why
So
I'm thinking this is
there
actually
are
a good
certain
time.
programs that they couldn't circumvent, and the
Hmm.
children are the proof. If you listen to the children, which is one of the reasons why I became a homeschooler, because no one seemed to be like, people would think I was a bad parent, and I'd be like, "You want to go to school today?" Be like, "Hell no, I hate school." I'd be like, "Don't go to school. Let's go do this." Because
Right.
of look at all those different frequencies within those buildings, and then when you're criminalized at such a young age, the schools criminalize. Those schools are such a big experiment, and like, you go to a building that houses 1,500 kids, but then they put them on a playground that can only accommodate 30 children, if that, at a time. And then, based on their behavior of not wanting to share the equipment, if they're going to fight over equipment, now all of a sudden they're criminalizing the children because you're forcing a situation that didn't need. If you have, most playgrounds have enough land to build a playground big enough to accommodate all the kids in the school, but they won't do it. Why? Because if you make the playground small enough, now you can start making criminal behavior. You're going to say the child that wants his turn on the slide because it's too many
Mm-hmm.
fucking kids out here that push the child off the slide is now a criminal, and start giving him a record in elementary of bad behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't understand that these experiments, you got a school this big, but you got a playground this fucking big for all the kids to fucking play on. And then how many incidences are you going to have with 150 kids on a playground that can only accommodate 30 children? You're purposely, you're purposely creating a criminal contract, and you're creating
Right.
an element, an environment where you can begin to now criminalize the children. You see, that was
Yep.
one of the reasons why.
And
So most children's first infraction starts what? During playtime on the playground. That is a fucked up contract and experiment on our kids. Thank you, Michael Passio. Yes, the schools are like prisons. That's why it's easy to push it from the school, the prison pipeline. And then we say it doesn't exist. But I just gave you a primary. Drive by any school. How big is that school
and
compared to the playground? How many kids are on that playground, i.e., compared to the size of
yep.
the. Come on now.
Yep.
They're
Francis
creating
Cress
criminal
Welsing. Look,
behavior within the children. And
that's
then
what
they see
Francis was.
he's being bad, but you put him in a situation where he's going to fight for his turn. He's going to fight for his right to play.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to fight for her turn. She's going to fight for her right to play.
Mm-hmm.
So then we have these microaggressive experiments done on our children, and the first children are always our children, melanated children. We all know this across the board without being all sensitive. Yes, that are penalized and since move quicker through the system into the prisons because they display a behavior that said, even though you put me, I want my turn. I want my turn to play. I want my turn on that swing. I want my turn on that slide. I want my turn on the monkey bars that I'm willing to push whoever to get it. And that's a child.
Right.
So when I say that, this is how I'm able to see the realm that our children are even being manipulated and forced into situations that are unnatural. But the one thing I know is true that our children, that this beast cannot circumvert, is they're programmed to be free and to fucking fly.
Mm-hmm.
And only when they have circumverted that program out of the children will we truly be defeated as a people across the whole realm. Once the
Mm-hmm.
children stop understanding that they can fly and that they have a right to fly and they don't understand why they can't. See, now that's what I'm here to facilitate. Are you ready to fucking fly?
I know
That's
I
what
am.
I'm ready to
And
fly.
Bobby, this is at the bottom of the screen. That's Salima's Cash App. That's $ Salima Ellis with the capital S, capital E. That second one is me. The $ credential grant. That's how you can let us know that you appreciate us, and I appreciate you asking for the Cash App. So big ups to you, Bobby Q. I'm gonna like
Yeah.
having you in the house, not just because of that, but because you've been active throughout the chat.
She's at.
That's why we appreciate you. Appreciate you
We love
adding out
intelligence.
into the show.
So Landy Hawk, my
Right.
homeschool son, never did want to get back on that bus. We know what they doing.
Mm-hmm.
Sherry Berry said the same thing.
Yeah,
Barbecue. That is the one song the children all say. I believe I can fly. Even the adults sing that song. Why do we still
hmm,
believe we can fly? Why do we still know we can fly? Because some parts of the programming have not been circumvented. We still got time.
right.
We
And
just got to stay.
I still got my evidence from my past life when I used to fly. It
See,
came with me. It came, that seed is in that seed. I'm telling you. When I come back, if I ever come back again, they're gonna be saying you look just like.
right.
Yeah, it's me. It's me. You know.
Gratitude. Gratitude. So, yeah, these are the things of the realms that sometimes we can't see or that we know or that we go through, and then we get that affirmation like, dang, this is what I'm going through, or this is what I'm thinking, or whatever it may be. So yeah, we like I said, we got a lot of homework because when the springtime, our rejuvenation time, the real New Year come, it's on the popping, baby.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the popping. So like I said, I hope y'all study because I'm always dropping gems, but I really do need a break because I feel it that it. My sister, they love to tease me, call me brainiac and stuff. Brainiac, and I'm all right with that. I have to be because this is the
Mm-hmm.
contract that I wanted. And at one point, I thought I was going a little loopy. Like, no, that is what I'm seeing. That is what I'm experiencing. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So contract fulfilled. So remember, goddess, we were doing that which I seek is seeking me. Because remember, you were saying you were just scrolling. You didn't know what you were looking for, but after a while, you found it. So we have to remember these manifestations. That which I seek is seeking me. And this is
Mm.
a good manifestation. If you want to close out with this one, you know I love this manifestation. Uh, I am a perpetually harmonic, oscillating, loving being within my realm, and I am thankful and grateful to be within this loving space and opportunity. So yeah. So these
And
are
you
the
can't.
manifestations we can give each other to help each other. You know, we could keep it moving.
That's right. And hopefully next time you see us together, the goddess Charbet will join us. Hint, Charbet. She already said
Yeah.
she would and was waiting for me. Yeah, we just gotta like reschedule again. But you
Okay.
know, to the people who signed up expecting to see Rod Hayes, I'm sorry that he didn't show up. And Salima and I was prepared for if this ever happens because we just continue on like it's a regular show.
Right.
We touch on all these subjects all the time, whether we're doing a show or not. Anyway, so it was good for us to share some of this with you, even though we just talked like this the other day. You know, two
Yeah, we
days
did.
ago, 5 days ago, 7 days ago. We've
Well,
got
we and they have to understand that we really do study together. So we talk like this a lot all the time. And there are times that she like after a while, and I might come up with something new. She'd be like, "I'm not talking to you. I don't want to talk to you for like a week, goddess. You just
after
messed my whole brain up."
not
So
week, damn. But Sherry just acknowledged that it is going to happen. So all we got to do is come up with a new date and time. And I
okay.
did want to follow up with you guys on how our health kick is going now and shit. I've started a journey, but I don't like to say started a journey now because now y'all gonna think I'm doing this for New Year's when really I couldn't give a fuck about the Gregorian calendar. I didn't even know it.
We've been on this journey.
Yeah.
So today's
Right.
meal was grapefruit, cherries, cheese, crackers, and avocado and oranges. That was my diet for the day, or my
Hmm.
nutritional intake for the day, and water. Because I rarely drink anything else but just water and tea. So I've had
This
water
was
all
me.
day long.
This was mine, and so um,
And
I'm
yeah, my brother hooked me up. He came through with all the raw because I love zucchini. I'll eat that raw like a salad too, better than cucumbers sometimes. And I'm out my boot.
oh,
I'm
Salima's
trying.
gonna be wet.
I gotta be up and function. Having to sit down in that cast hurt me to my soul.
No, I know.
I, I am used to being up and around, getting down, getting out of here. So today I was up, and today when I got home, I had to take a nap. I was like, dang, I have not been walking. When you're in the cast, and I realized how limited you are.
Mm-hmm.
So with me being able to do the raw, so I can get this body back together, like
Mm-hmm.
so. The last couple of days been raw for me. I say the worst thing I probably ate today was probably the cheese, but who gives a fuck? I could get off on another other thing. So that's between me and the
Right.
sun.
Uh,
When I go out
Okay.
the sun, he'll let me know whether he liked it or not. Shoot, whether it was worth
Right.
it. So
Right.
yeah,
And so hopefully we made up for the fact that the show it actually went the way it was gonna go, just minus a guest. And so thanks for hanging in there. Y'all could have turned away soon as I said he wasn't here, or I think
yeah,
he's not here. So, but y'all didn't. Y'all stuck in there because y'all great and loyal subscribers. I love my subscribers. I tell y'all that all the time. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Anybody
that's
who
right.
new came in today, I'll be checking you out. When people subscribe to my channel, I hit their name and go straight to their channel and subscribe
We
back.
sub them up.
Okay?
Because
So
I've been
that's how.
telling the goddess about some of y'all for a minute now. She's like, "Who are you talking about?" I'm like, "This is the other side of you too." you know, this is the other
Right.
side.
Right.
So yeah, goddess for the goddess Sherry Berry, we got to get you back on. We got to go back to the keys of great health because I have had some wonderful downloads. I love just conversing with you goddess, so I can't wait. So that's gonna
Mm-hmm.
probably be our next show whenever the goddess here. Sherry Berry, who is a great teacher, a great artist. If you get a chance, check her out please. And we've had her on the show before. And when we talk about a goddess with longevity and having the keys to health and living a beautiful
Mm-hmm.
life, yes,
Yes, absolutely. And thanks again to our other original subscribers who's there every time, like Music Land, Michael Phoenix. And I don't want to leave anybody out, so I don't want to just start naming stuff. But some of you have been with me for a long time. Some of you have been with me and Salima for a year now. And we thank you for that from
yeah.
the bottom of my heart. Absolutely.
We hope you liked
And
you
you guys.
that you learned something
Hmm.
and you enjoyed
Oh,
the
yeah.
conversation, the
Yeah. That one
education.
thing we don't have to worry about is if they learn something. Because you're going to learn something if you turn to this channel. You are. And so, and you too, Salima, thank you. Thank you for
Gratitude
making yourself available to me a
always,
lot. I'm
always.
learning. I told you, I'm a student. I'm a student of yours already. So,
Well, you blew
y'all
my
seriously,
mind tonight because I was talking about the black boy, and then you said we need a chalkboard, a black chalkboard, and the black boys. We started taking notes, and I'm
okay,
like, I didn't even
create
think
your own reality. Create your own reality. You don't even have to write it down. You got the
about right.
blackboard. You got the blackboard. Go into the black void and write
You
on
write
the
it out.
board.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. Yep. Peace and love to everybody. Everybody who's in earshot of this message. I love you. I thank you. Peace and love.
Gratitude, peace, and love.
All right. It's a wrap. Boom.